Hello, this is Robert Cooper, and I want to show you something I've done with some PHP. I'm not a computer programmer. I call myself a code crafter. It takes me a heck of a long time to get these things to work right. And I start off with a basic, somewhat basic PHP program that I got off the internet, and I've added styling to it. And what it does is these images right here are the actual images that show up. They're not hard coded into it. What it does is, let me go to the code and I'll show you real quick. Let's see, it's not that one, it's this one here. So what it does is it takes an array of images, all these images here. They're located in an image folder that's just under this, where this file is, and it has two stylings. The first styling sets the alignment of the block and a 15 pixel margin, and centers it. The second styling, which is actually up here, gives it an effect for active. In other words, the clicked active is the clicked icon, or clicked image actually. And I've scaled it 2.6 times what it's supposed to be, which is kind of big, but I want to show you the effect of it. And then, so what it does, it takes this array, and when I first got this, it actually put a link below the image. So I had to make it put the links around the image, and I think it's pretty slick. You'll have to check it out. But that's not why what this video is about. This video is about this program. And this is YAD GUI. So if you look in here, I'm running this command right here. That command right there for YAD. You use the HTML URI, and actually, no, I'm sorry, it's this one down here. So I got it together. It uses the browser. And normally, when you use YAD, it won't download. And I've never been able to get it to download until now. And I think the trick is to use PHP because it bypasses the control of the browser. This right here is a browser engine. It's not just a page. This is the WebKit browser that's built in YAD. It's a GTK library. It's the same engine that's used by Chromium and by Google Chrome and Apple Safari. So what happens is when I watch over here, of course you got here, I click it and the image shows up. Now I'll do Firefox, and there it is. I'll do Brave, and there it is. And I'll do sudo, and there it is. So what I'm doing with this is this little different. What I've been working on a program that allows you to use a YAD. This is the same window here, YAD, with the HTML. Because this is basically HTML, little JavaScript, and some CSS styling. To use this to run terminal commands from this window on your local computer. Now what I'm doing, and this will work on any language, on both Linux and eventually on Windows too, is I'm downloading these images, and these images will be taken, because it has this ME2PC in front of it, automatically taken into a program. It'll strip out it'll strip out the MEP2PC underscore. It'll take the sudo command, it formats it to program : / sudo. Then the program turns around and it strips that program. I can't explain why that does it, it's kind of special. But then it turns around and it strips out the program, and it actually runs, it'll put sudo in front of another command like this one here. So if I clicked sudo and apt-get, it would take sudo, actually that can come in there for some reason. There we go. Sudo, I gotta hold it down for a half a second. If you just click it too fast, it doesn't want to do it. And that's hard to control. So basically, let me do this again. I'm going to delete these so I can show you the relevance to this. They're all gone. So what happened is I click, of course it shows, let's see, let's try that. Sudo, there you go, sudo apt-get update. The program automatically sees this, takes it in, and I'm still working on that part. It strips out, it does some funny things with it. Eventually what it does, it sets sudo it takes and it injects into what they call STDN, into the genome terminal, sudo space apt-get space update, and it runs the command. Of course, it'll ask for the password. And I got videos on that. If you look at the other videos, you'll see that working. But the thing about this is any programming language could do this. This doesn't violate the security within the browser at all, because you're downloading the program is downloading downloading file, and another program sees that in the download folder. Easy to do because it's most compatibility that way. Sees those files, picks them up, processes them, and all of a sudden the terminal comes up and it says, "Okay, that's cool." But the other thing is if, say, someone's got SSH connection and for some reason they can't get an application to run, they can do it with this. The other part of this too is eventually I'll have it set up where a person could use a VPN to go right in their local hosted website in their own network at home, and they're able to do their controls for the web page through the VPN and control their computer without having to have special remote software. The other thing is this could be set up to do tech support, login to run applications on people's computers. I'm not going to go ahead and try and do like show me your screen, team viewer kind of stuff like that, because I don't think it's necessary. Once you are into a computer either through SSH or through something like this, it's a matter of running the correct commands, and all the commands are the same thing. That's what's always bothering me about these custom interfaces that these companies build, is that all the commands in Linux are all the same. Gpart is the same command. Sudo is the same command. Of course, you can put that in front of something. Apt-get update is the same command on every Linux system, a GNU GPL system. So I don't know why they have to build all this custom stuff when you can do it just like this. Now, a programmer and the Linux community is going to say, "I'm out of my freaking mind," and you know what? They're exactly right, because when it's done for so many years the way they've done it, when it didn't have to be that way, it's like everything in life's like that. Programming does not have to be complicated. They made it complicated, and it makes sense because it's efficient. This is not an efficient way of doing it. Well, July 4th, gotta go.